to my fellow classmates of EDTO to the teaching profession, online viewers, and to our dedicated instructor, Dr. Derby G. Quintito Jr., good day. A teacher's primary responsibility is to provide classroom instruction that helps students learn. To do so, teachers must prepare effective lessons, grade student work and provide feedback, manage classroom materials, navigate the curriculum effectively, and collaborate with other staff. However, being a teacher entails much more than simply carrying out lesson plans. Teaching is a complex profession that frequently extends beyond academics. Teachers must serve as surrogate parents, mentors, and counselors, and even quasi-politicians, in addition to ensuring students' academic success. A teacher's role options are nearly limitless. So what exactly is a teacher? A teacher is a professional who assists the students in gaining knowledge, competence, and virtue. A person who possesses the skills, attitude, and special trainings necessary for teaching, explaining, and educating. This is according to Republic Act 9155. Teachers had a difficult time adjusting and thinking about how they would teach during the pandemic. They, like the students, were taken aback. Despite this, the Department of Education did everything possible to ensure that education could continue. They immediately devised plans to keep education going as the pandemic spreads. The teachers have been engaged as they always are. They devised strategies to cope with the new normal, which is for some public schools to have modules to work on with some of the chosen teachers creating the content of the modules. Their intelligence and technological skills were also assessed as they were subjected to a large amount of paperwork and were encouraged to print the modules so that the students could take it home and work on it while continuing their works at home. In addition to delivering the modules, some teachers went house to house to ensure that no students were left behind. Despite the fact that some of the students' homes were quite far from school, the teachers took the risk of bringing and delivering it. So despite their sleepless nights, they completed their tasks in the morning. In the case of some teachers who also used online teaching, both students and teachers struggled to use the useful apps such as Google Meet, Zoom, Moodle, Google Classroom, and many others. There were issues such as poor connectivity, financial constraints, to purchase some load, site crashes, hacking, a full storage problem, and many more. Fortunately, teachers are used to finding solutions to each problem. These are just few of the experiences of the teachers who had during the pandemic. Yes, it is true, they had to be risky, put some effort, and brave during the pandemic, and they did all of this because they still believe that education is the most important thing they can lose for the children. They continue to believe that education can continue even in the face of obstacles, and I'm privileged to be one of the students who continue my studies, who experimented with online class, because I too believe that education is essential and that education is my hope and my path to achieving my life goals. So as we can see, despite the devastating consequences of the pandemic, this global crisis has also provided an exceptional opportunity for learning. We are learning about adaptability and resilience of the educational systems, policymakers, teachers, students, and families. Teachers' roles are rapidly evolving, becoming more difficult in many ways than when learning was only done in person. Because of the pandemic, two critical factors have shifted. To begin, pedagogical adaptation have been proven to be critical, as traditional in-person lecturing models do not translate to a remote learning environment. Teachers must adapt their practices and be creative to keep students engaged regardless of the channel used, may it be radio, TV, mobile, online platforms, etc. As every household has become a classroom, more often than not, without an environment that supports learning. Second, pandemic has shifted how teachers allocate their time between teaching, interacting with students, and administrative tasks. The pandemic has emphasized the importance of adaptability and more time for student-teacher interactions. It has also demonstrated that teachers as they are true heroes. They are brave, they are smart, and as they continue to hope to do things that can benefit not only the country, but for the entire world. So I salute all the teachers.